Welcome again, students. Hope you all guys were fine. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the dimensional analysis and the dimension formula of the different physical quantities. And today we are going to start our new topic, the different type of variables, which we have four kind of variables in our daily life. Let's discuss one by one. First one are dimensional variables. Dimensional variables are those variables with the physical quantities which possesses dimensions as well as the variable values means ऐसी physical quantities जिनका डायमेंशनल फॉर्मूला भी होता है और उनकी कोई वेरिएबल वैल्यू भी रहती है, उन्हें हम क्या बोलते हैं? डायमेंशनल वेरिएबल्स बोलते हैं। और इनका एग्जांपल रहेगा एरिया, वॉल्यूम, वेलोसिटी, फोर्स, एक्सेलरेशन। ये सारी किसको रिप्रेजेंट करती हैं? हमारी डायमेंशनल वेरिएबल्स को रिप्रेजेंट करती हैं। नेक्स्ट क्वांटिटीज जो होती है हमारे पास वो है डायमेंशन लेस वेरिएबल्स। डायमेंशन लेस वेरिएबल्स मींस ऐसी फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज जिनके डायमेंशंस नहीं होते लेकिन उनकी एक पर्टिकुलर वेरिएबल वैल्यू होती है। ठीक है, those physical quantities which do not have dimensions but they have a particular value of variable values like angle, specific gravity and strain. Strain is the change in configuration over original configuration. So when we divide these two terms, then these quantities do not have any type of dimensions but they have a variable value. So these quantities are called as dimensionless variables. Okay, next one are dimensional constants. Dimensional constants are those quantities which have a particular value of dimensions but their value is constant. Okay, like the gravitational constant g and the Planck's constant h, they both have a particular value of constant. They do not vary with respect to time and the environmental conditions, and but they have the dimensions. Okay, next one are dimensionless constants. Dimensionless constants are those quantities which are constant in nature but they do not have the dimensions, like pi, exponential, logarithmic functions. They do not have the dimensions. Okay, next one is application of dimensional analysis. Firstly, we have to discuss what is dimensional analysis. The studying of physical phenomena on the basis of dimensions of a quantity. The method of studying the physical quantity on the basis of dimensions is known as the dimensional analysis. Means किसी भी फिजिकल क्वांटिटी को डायमेंशंस के बेसिस के ऊपर स्टडी करना क्या कहलाता है? डायमेंशनल एनालिसिस कहलाता है। और इसके हमारे पास कुछ मेन तीन यूजेस हैं। पहला, टू कन्वर्ट ए फिजिकल क्वांटिटी फ्रॉम वन सिस्टम टू ऑफ यूनिट्स टू अनदर सिस्टम ऑफ यूनिट्स। मींस हम क्या करते हैं, जैसे हमारे पास एसआई सिस्टम ऑफ यूनिट्स है, उसे किसी दूसरे एमकेएस सिस्टम के अंदर या फिर सीजीएस सिस्टम के अंदर या फिर कोई भी डिजायर्ड सिस्टम ऑफ यूनिट्स है जो क्वेश्चन के अंदर हमें गिवन है, उसके अंदर हमें कन्वर्ट करना है, तो हम डायमेंशनल एनालिसिस का यूज करते हैं। नेक्स्ट वन है टू चेक द करेक्टनेस ऑफ ए गिवन फिजिकल क्वांटिटी। अब यहाँ पर करेक्टनेस को कैसे चेक करेंगे? जैसे अगर हम बात करें यहाँ पर कि फोर्स इज इक्वल टू मास इनटू एक्सेलरेशन होता है, अगर हमें ये चेक करना है कि क्या ये डायमेंशनली ये जो रिलेशन है वो करेक्ट है या नहीं है, तो हम कैसे चेक करेंगे इसको? फोर्स के लिए हमें डायमेंशन पता है, एम एल टी माइनस 2 रहता है, और यहाँ से अगर हम चेक करें मास के लिए क्या रहेगा, m रहेगा, और एक्सेलरेशन के लिए क्या रहेगा, एल टी माइनस 2 रहेगा। तो बोथ लेफ्ट हैंड साइड एंड राइट हैंड साइड आर इक्वल। तो इस तरह से हम क्या कर सकते हैं, किसी भी फिजिकल रिलेशन की करेक्टनेस को चेक कर सकते हैं यहाँ से। नेक्स्ट वन इज टू ड्राइव ए रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन different physical quantities. If we have given different physical quantities and we have to drive the relation between them, then we also use the dimensional analysis for this purpose. Okay, next one is our conversion of system of units. Next one is our first application of the dimensional analysis. Second application is discussed and now we are going to discuss our first application, conversion of one system of units into another system of units. As we know that while studying for measuring a physical quantity, we know that Q is equals to measurement is equals to N1 U1 is equals to N2 U2. Here U1 and U2 represents the two different system of units, and N1 and N2 represents the magnitude corresponding to that particular system of units. If U1 have the dimensional formula for M1 power A, L1 power B, or T1 power C. Similarly, if U2 have the dimensional formula M2 power A and L2 power B and T2 power C, then from this relation we can write N1 U1 is equals to N2 U2. Suppose we have to find out the value of N2, then N2 will be equals to N1 into U1 divided by U2, and for U1 we can write M1 power A, L1 power B, T1 power C, upon for U2 we have M2 raised to power A, L2 raised to power B, and T2 raised to power C, or it can be written as N2 is equals to N1 into M1 by M2 power A, L1 by L2 power B, and here T1 by T2 power C. Here the powers A, B, C are same because it is the unit of the same physical quantity. Okay, let's take an example. If we have to convert 1 joule into arc, then if we have to convert 1 joule into arc, then we apply the same method. Okay, we have to convert 1 joule into arc. As we know that joule is the SI unit of energy and arc is the SI unit of CGS unit of energy. And for energy, here we have dimensional formula for energy is ml square T minus 2. Okay, in SI system of units, mass is taken as in kilogram. Suppose it is 1 kilogram, and length will be 1 meter, and time will be 1 second. Okay, on the other hand, in the CGS system we have for mass is taken in grams, and length is taken as in centimeters, and time is taken in again seconds. Okay, if we have to find the value of N2, it is N1 U1 is equals to N2 U2, and here U2 is the CGS system of units and U1 is the SI system of units. So again N2 will be equals to N1 into U1 by U2. Again we have the same formula. Here the value of N1 is 1. We have to convert 1 joule into arc. Okay, we have to convert 1 joule into arc. For 1 joule we have 1 kilogram 1 meter 1 second, and for CGS system for arc 1 gram 1 centimeter and 1 second. So mass can be converted into grams. From there 1 kilogram will be equals to 10 raised to power 3 grams, and 1 meter will be equals to 10 raised to power 2 centimeter, and time remains the same. So when we put these values, n2 will be equals to, in place of n1 we have 1, in place of m1 is here our 10 raised to power 3 upon m2 is our 1. Here we have to write the powers a, b and c, and from the dimensions of energy we have the value of a is equals to 1 because the power of m is 1, and the value of b is 2 and the value of c is minus 2. Okay, L power 2 and t raised to power minus 2. So we have the values a, b and c. Let's put the values of L1. L1 is equals to 10 raised to power 2 upon 1 square, L is 1, and again T1 is 1 upon again 1, its power is minus 2. So when we solve this term, we have 10 raised to power 3 multiplied by 10 raised to power 4 multiplied by 1, it is equals to 10 raised to power 7. Okay, so 1 joule we have the value of n2, so 1 joule will be equals to 10 raised to power 7 arc. So this is the our required relation. Hope you guys understand these topics, application of the dimensional analysis, and rest of the chapter will be discussed in our next lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day.